A very warm welcome to Rudolph's Mountains. We're back in beautiful Wales. This will be the last video of 2025. But how did I get on the top of a very windy Cadair Bronwen for sunrise? Let's rewind to yesterday and show you how I got here. So we started out in Llandrillo, and the first 45 minutes or so of this walk is down a single track country lane, and then this rough track, but it's in a bit of a cutting, so there's not much to see. I've been here before many years ago. So if I've timed it right, hopefully by the time I pop out on the hillside shortly, we'll be starting to get the first vestiges of light. Right, I've just done something that I very rarely do, and that is I've just changed my route. I'd planned to go down the valley. Maybe I'll bring you a map up and show you what I planned to do originally, but now I'm here. I'm going to take a slightly longer route, but it gets me up onto a bit of high ground and hopefully will help me see the sunrise. So let's see how this works out, because I haven't really analysed it too much. Well, not analysed the section at all, so I don't know what it'd be like underfoot. But yeah, higher up, there's a chance that it'll be a bit drier, and hopefully I'll get some nicer views. Whew. So one of the features of this walk is going to be the deteriorating weather. We've got a wind gusting to 30 at the moment, but it's going to be gusting up to 80 by mid-afternoon. So we want to be off the hill before then, which is why I've been out at the crack of dawn. And this area in the Berwyns seems to be the only one that doesn't have cloud in the forecast. It's supposed to be clear here, and so far it's bang on. There's cloud on the Berwyn Ridge, which is what it said, but Cadair Bronwen at the end, it was clear at the moment. But it seems very unlikely I'll be so lucky as to have a cloud-free day when the rest of the country seems to be in clouds. So yeah, let's see what happens. Wow, that wind chill is already absolutely brutal, cutting through my clothes. While I'm climbing, I'm just about generating enough heat, but after a while I'll be contouring, and then if I don't come out of the wind at that point, I'm going to need to get my hard shell on, get a windproof layer over the top of this lot. I've got 3 layers on, 2 fleeces. But yes, Baltic. Well, it is officially sunrise time. I wonder whether we'll get a glimpse of it or even see the sun at all today. Who knows? It's wild. Right, I've decided to deviate from the path that I deviated to. I plan to drop down to my right now and contour around. Let me turn you around. Oh, it's a Cadair Bronwen, which is where we're heading to. The path I was going to take contours around and comes up the other side, but I've decided in my infinite wisdom that it appears to be a track that just heads straight to the top. Just follows the fence line from what I can see, and so yeah, let's give that a go. Dear me, I'm improvising today, aren't I? Holy cheese. Wow. Welcome to the top of Cadair Bronwen. Wow, clouds scooting by, absolutely beautiful. Oh, chilly though. I'm going to hunker down behind the cairn and get another layer on, because I'll be going to be going downhill for quite a while now. Wow, let me show you the view. that's a nice cup of tea. So Cadair Bronwen we have done before, so I only picked this one up really just to liven the route up a bit, because the top of Relay on the bag is along this ridge away from the main Berwyn ridge, and so yeah, it is really cold here. I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to put some gloves on now, and then I'm going to start heading over to the top that we've come to bag today. Right, goodbye to Cadair Bronwen. Whoa, I don't know, I've dropped off the summit a little bit. The wind has eased just a fraction. Hopefully now I can try and build up a bit of warmth because I'm a bit on the chilly side. Right, that wind has died almost completely now. I'm in the shelter of the mountain. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, it is so good to be back in the mountains again, and so nice to be back in Wales. This will be the final time I need to visit the Berwyns, a mountain range which gets a little bit of stick. Do you know, particularly the main Berwyn ridge is absolutely beautiful. Look at that valley down there. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, I love it, absolutely love it. Oh, just marvelling how lucky we are to have all these national parks and open spaces where we can go and roam freely. Awesome. Right, we follow this fence now for a fair while, and eventually we will pick up, after a couple of miles, our final top in the Berwyns, which is Bwlch Llandrillo. How good is that? Mr. and Mrs. Birdie thing. Were they grouse? Maybe grouse. My knowledge of wildlife is negligible. But hey, I'll make a wildlife cameraman yet, won't I? That's probably the second birdie thing I've managed to squeeze into one of my videos. Hopefully many more to come. You know, I've seen very little in the way of wildlife today. I was just going to say, I haven't even seen a sheep, but I can actually see some down there for the first time. Yeah, it's been, the conditions have been so wild, not been conducive to things being out and about. Wow, this little section of the walk has become very unbearing, like it's a bit gnarly and rocky. Nice. Welcome to the top of Bwlch, Llandrillo. Wow, it's wild and it's beautiful. Let me give you a panorama. I know we'll find somewhere out the wind. Right, I found a little sheltered spot so I can have a cup of tea and a bite to eat before we start our descent. Wow, it was absolutely wild on the top there. I'm not sure how much you could hear, but yeah, let's have something to eat and then I'll pick you up again as we start our way back towards Llandrillo. With this being the last episode in 2025, just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who's following the channel. Big thank you to Dwayne and Andy for all your kind comments over the course of the year. It's been a great year in the hills. Had some fantastic memories there. I think I'm up to nearly 260 tops in total now. In life it's been ups and downs. That's the way of things, isn't it, really? I lost my sister in the spring and lost my good mate Foz a couple of months ago, so that is the way of things. There's good and there's bad, and we focus on the good, and I'm looking forward to 2026. I hope we all stay well and we can enjoy lots more days like today in the hills. What a contrast this is to the last one out in Crinkle Crags, where the the scenery there was absolutely epic. But you know, I've enjoyed today just as much because I've been in the hills, been in these really feel really remote areas. They're not really remote, but they feel like you haven't seen another person all day, and yeah, it feels wild. It's been fantastic. Anyway, I suppose I better get myself up and about, get that pack back on again, and start our way back to Llandrillo. It's a different route back, so there's still some new things to see on the way, I hope. Right, onwards. Wow, it's so beautiful here. Gorgeous. The nut of the Tara needs a bit of work. Wow, this route back to Llandrillo, it's been absolutely beautiful. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Just a short distance to go now back into Llandrillo. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I certainly have. It's exceeded my expectations, been fantastic. Anyway, that's it for 2025. I hope everyone has a great Christmas and a happy and healthy 2026. Ta-ta for now.